Hello, my friend Terry here. I decided to shoot this video outside for a couple of reasons. One, my grandbaby Bash is sleeping. Mom and Dad are also sleeping, so trying to be quiet in the house. And you know what? It's a beautiful day and I thought I'd get outside. A little breezy, so if there's some background wind noise, I apologize. One of the things I want to talk to you today about is being effective and efficient with your time. And we're going to talk specifically about prospecting. But what I've discovered and what I know after being in this profession full-time for 17 years is that sometimes we have a tendency to get overwhelmed with things. You know anybody like that? Now, I chose my background setting, my apple tree here, for a very, very specific reason. You can see that I pruned it. Some people might even say I pruned the Hello Dolly out of it. But it actually creates a very, very important illustration for you. Why did I prune the apple tree? Well, here's what we know. The fruit comes from the new limbs. What are you doing to create new fruit? And if you look at this tree, as bad and horrible as it might look today, I promise you this spring and this summer is going to be beautiful and full of apples. So the analogy is, what do you need to prune out of your life? Where do you need to simplify? Where do you need to cut things out that aren't income producing for you? We all have these things. You know what? Life gets in the way. We get busy, 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 and before too long, we're so busy working, but we're not really focused on the results that we're trying to create. Let's talk about prospecting, for example. Now, this is true whether you're prospecting online or offline. Understand that a prospect's going to join your business for one reason and one reason only, and that's their reason. So your job as a leader is to find out what is it that's missing in their life, or what is it that they're really looking for. Does that make sense? How do you do that? Well, you do that through asking good questions. You do that from putting your ego aside and not making it about you, your income goals, your team building goals, none of that stuff. Because you know what? The prospect doesn't care about that stuff. Now, this might mean you need to learn some new skills. This might mean you need to simplify, cut out stuff, whether it's be needy, whiny, toxic people, whether it's television, whether it's activities that aren't taking you closer to your goal. Now, I want to give you a tip, and I've used this forever. I have a little post-it note on my desk, put it everywhere, and I ask myself on this little post-it note I write on there, is this activity taking me closer or further away from my goals? Is this activity taking me closer or further away from my goals? And if you focus only on things that take you closer towards your goals, you will naturally cut out the garbage and simplify your life. You will create more space, more abundance to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Does that make sense? So let's go through a couple of role-playing scenarios in prospecting. And first we'll talk about prospecting on a one-on-one, face-to-face, belly-to-belly approach. And again, I've done this everywhere over the past 17 years. And I was horrible at first. I was just horrible. I remember one time, this is a funny story. I was in JCPenney's and I found this woman who looked like she had a great personality, great smile. It actually took me 20 minutes talking about teenage girls. My daughter, the scenario was that I was going to buy my daughter some jeans. I spent 20 minutes talking about friggin' jeans before I had the courage, to ask this woman if she was interested in making any extra income. Silly, I know. But you know what? My process, you got your process, I've had mine. I have mine. But here's a question that you can ask somebody in that scenario. You see somebody with some great energy, got a great smile. You just walk up to them and say, "Excuse me, can I ask you a quick question?" They're going to say, "Yeah, sure." Do you ever look for ways to maybe make additional income? You pause. you don't say anything. You wait for a response. The response is going to be probably one of three. No. That's a great answer, by the way. Yes, or it depends. Depends on what it is. Now, what I want you to understand is that your posture here is really, really important. Whether the answer is yes, no, it depends, doesn't matter. So you need to be unattached to their response. You need to care about helping them if they want to be helped. Another great question is, hey, let me ask you a question. Are you open to making additional income streams? Truth be told here, my friend, if they're not open, don't even waste your time. Do not waste your time. And so many people end up chasing people. Don't do that. So let's go back to the response of, yeah, I'm interested. So the scenario is, do you ever look for ways to make more money? They said, yeah, always. Next question you could ask is, really? What for? Tell me about that. Now, if you're paying close attention, you'll discover that they're telling you why they want to make extra income. Pay very close attention. And if you're out and about talking to 20, 30 people a day, every time you have this conversation, as soon as you walk away, you better be writing this down. Your next statement should be, after they explain what for, is, what's the likelihood of you doing what you're doing right now? You notice I've asked questions? Haven't really said anything about what I have or what I'm doing, right? And they're probably going to respond with, not likely at all. Your next question is, if I could show you a way to maybe make that $2,000 to $3,000 a month extra income, would you be open to exploring that? The answer is going to be yes, no, it depends. We're going to say it's yes. If the answer is yes, you say, fantastic. Give me your contact information because I want to send you some information. I actually want to give you a website, or I want to get you on a conference call. When is a good time for me to follow back up with you after you have a chance to look at this? Asking a question. You're setting an appointment to follow up, because a lot of people will go through everything I just described, but they fail to do the most important thing, and that is to set an appointment for the follow-up. The fortune, my friend, is in the follow-up, because if you don't follow up, all that time, all that effort is worthless. Now, why would you do that? It's because you're not focused on what you want. Stay focused on what you want to create, okay? That's really, really important. And so if somebody says, I don't know what my schedule is, kind of crazy, so they're not willing to commit to an appointment, here's what you say. Hey, you remember when you said that you were interested in making that extra $3,000 a month for your daughter's college education, or whatever their issue was that they wanted to solve? Were you serious about that, or just kidding around? Again, just asking a question. Hey, I'm just curious. Were you serious about that, or just kidding around? Oh, I'm serious. Well, then you got to find a way to do this. So this is where strong leadership and posture comes in. You tell them what to do. And if they are not willing to commit, then that's okay. You've sorted them out of the process. Do not chase people like that. Does that make sense? So you're asking questions. And if you need to watch this video multiple times to write down all of these questions, do that. Memorize them. Own it. Okay, this is high payoff activity. When you simplify, cut out the garbage, the time that you're wasting, you have time to build these skills, these techniques, these strategies. When you follow up with them, you start asking those questions. Hey, have you given any more thought to whatever it is that the goal that you wanted to accomplish? Again, make it about them, not about you. You want to lead them, not sell them. I hate to be sold anything, but I love to buy. You have to create that same scenario, my friend. Lead them down the path that they say to themselves, self, this person is going to help me get what I want a lot faster. That makes sense? So don't make it about you. Now, that's an offline scenario. Online scenario is very, very similar. You can engage somebody in a conversation like that on Facebook, back and forth. Tell me about yourself. What do you do full-time? You ever thought about starting a home-based business? If you're in one, are you doing it full-time or part-time? Do you ever look for, or are you open to, generating extra income streams? Are you getting the support that you need to accomplish your goals? Are you open to looking at something else? I can't tell you how many times I'm pitched every single day on Facebook about, oh, Terry, you got to check out this opportunity. So-and-so's in it, so-and-so's in it. Well, you know what? I'm not open. I'm already committed. These people are wasting their time. And sometimes they type out, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs. And I'm like, not smart. Not smart. Wasting time. But you know what? They just haven't learned some of these skills that you're learning right now. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I could talk hours and hours and hours about this concept because, again, I was horrible at first when I first started prospecting. Today, I'm better at it. Today, I don't really care if somebody's going to join my business or not, because just because somebody gives me their credit card and enrolls in my business doesn't mean anything. What matters is when they start taking action. Then they get my attention. When your prospect starts taking action, start jumping through these little hoops, okay, those are positive signs. Don't get excited. Don't have a business that's an emotional roller coaster like this. It's not going to serve you. Your job, the only thing that you can control, whether it be online or offline, is the number of people you expose to your business. You paint a scenario. You ask good questions. You try to figure out what their hot buttons are and help them solve their problems. A true leader in this business is not about them. It's about helping that person solve their own problems. You don't want to push people into your business. You don't want to push people to get enrolled, because then you got to push them to get on conference calls. You got to push them to get on your automatic order. And you know what? Not fun. Not fun. I've done it. Not fun. Look for people who are looking for what you have. An answer of no is perfect. An answer of yes is perfect. Probably the worst answer is a maybe, because they have a tendency to drag out. But I'm actually going to talk about the maybes in another video. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And remember, learn to ask good questions. The person who controls the conversation is the person asking the questions. If you have comments or questions, leave them below here. I appreciate everything that you do. If there's anything that I can do to help you or support you, if you got a challenge where you're just not breaking through a barrier, email me. Leave the comment below. My name is Terry Petrovic, and remember this: your success is my business. Make it a better than terrific day. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye now. Remember, simplify and cut out the waste in your life. You'll have apples in the spring and the summer. Take care. Bye-bye.